And we are live, and I have a special guest.
Where?
It's you, silly.
Oh, hi.
You're the special guest. Guest of honor.
Oh, please. Hello, everybody.
We have Deborah and Lene and
Lene rhymes with Renee.
Kendall and
Hello. I'm sorry, folks. I'm just dealing with some serious yarn barf here. You know how it is, I'm sure.
Lorraine and Irma.
What's
Emerson.
shaking? What's shaking, peeps?
Kimberly and Kevin and Candace and Deborah and Teresa and Mimi and
Well, Kevin's a by proxy.
goodness. Sharon loves purple. Hi, Michelle.
Hello.
Mm.
So what did you do today, hon?
Not really a whole lot of nothing.
That's a double negative.
Yeah, I know. This. Hello, Carmen. Hello, Tony. Hello, Dee Dee. Amelia. Mindfully Crochet. Jen. Hello. Guy. Hello. Tracy, and we got all the good people. And now we're gonna have somebody gonna goo goo gaga over you.
Hey,
Hello.
What's
how you
up?
doing? What's shaking,
Jeremy.
bacon?
Same old, man.
Well, no news is good news and all that jazz,
I'm telling you.
What's the haps?
Not too much of anything. Just been working lately.
Understood.
This is for the industry I'm in. This time of the year is kind of crazy because everybody's trying to finish stuff by the end of the
I'm sorry,
year.
refresh my memory.
I work in construction.
Yeah, yeah. Get that done before it starts to get too cold.
Well, no, everybody wants to finish it by the end of the year. Especially with the industry that the part of construction I work in, which is I work in stone fabrication. I work in the stone industry.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a lot of, everybody's finishing their kitchens and bathrooms and all of that stuff before the holidays. So everybody's trying to get, everything in.
Fun.
There's the link, Jen, if you want to come up. Hello, Billy Joe and Mandy. Kimberly. Yes, you finally get to watch it live instead of a repeat. Hello, Peggy. Hello, Jeremy. Your friend Jeremy's in here, Matt.
What's up, Jeremy?
Oh, and Jen is waiting in the basement.
The green room.
Come on. And there's Jen.
Yep.
Hello, Emily.
Hello.
Hi, everybody.
What's going on, Jen?
Well, I'm working on my Greg, you say it because I can't say it.
Monde de fleur.
Yeah. On the floor.
Well, I've been trying to do the whole French thing, so I
Yeah.
thought,
Well, yeah. It was like really.
Voulez-vous français?
Pardon?
Pardon,
pardon me. Und sprechen bitte.
Oh, we gotta say hi to my one CEO's in the background.
Hello.
Jethro has to say hi to everybody.
Come on,
I just find it so ironic about the Monde de Fleur that most of the comments, they're like, oh, I needed a new tablecloth pattern. And initially I was like thinking shawl or blanket, but everybody's like, they want it to be a tablecloth. And that's fine. It's just not like what I originally had in mind for it. The irony, that's all.
Yeah. Well, that's what, when I saw it, and stuff, it's like, yeah, that's what I think it is.
As long as people like it, that's fine.
Has anyone tried mosaic crochet? Craig, don't you have something on mosaic on your channel?
I don't believe I have. I mean, I've done mosaic knitting, mosaic crocheting. I've tried with Tunisian, which was sort of like a mosaic. But in the traditional sense, I don't think I have.
I tried. Songbird had one, but I just didn't understand the way she was showing it because she was left-handed, so I didn't understand.
Well,
I saw a
Michael
couple.
at
I saw
MDL,
a
he's
couple
got.
of mix with people that were like
Was,
mosaic crocheting that were just beautiful. So
well,
Yeah.
Michael at MDL Crochet, I mean, he did this gorgeous Beetlejuice blanket.
Hi, Margaret. Hi, Linda.
You know, it was sort of like mosaic slash what's that other way of doing tapestry? Sort of like tapestry crochet, but with Tunisian. Gorgeous, absolutely
wow.
gorgeous work.
Hey, Linda.
Hello.
Ugh.
Oh my goodness, come on.
So Jen, you're working on. Oh, is that Tippy?
No,
Who's that?
it's Fuzzball. This is
Oh, it's the one you
What's
guys
going
are
on,
trying to
Kevin?
get rid of the fleas. Hi, Kevin.
all right. All right.
Now,
Lay down.
Kevin, there's mine.
And
There's
how is
one of
little
my
Fuzzball
shields.
doing?
He's doing good.
He's getting better. Is he still getting bullied?
Always. Yep. Carmen says that's my baby. Yep.
Oh,
That's your mama. All right, come on.
Get up on Dave's
Come
shoulder.
on. Show mama where you like to sit. Show mama where you like to sit. Come on.
oh.
Aw.
Come on.
Well, we know when he goes to her, he's going to be spoiled.
Yep. Tell mama this is how he likes to sit.
If I could, I would.
I know.
You know, if I could have a cat. No, not if I could sit on your shoulder. No, if I could have a
That's what I
cat.
was thinking. So you want to?
No. No, if I could have a cat, I would totally have little Fuzzball because he's just so precious.
He is.
No, if I sat on your shoulder, Russ, you know, you would need some serious chiropractor help.
Mm-hmm. If any of us sat on anybody's shoulder.
I imagine he'll be just as spoiled. I'm sure. I have no doubt. Carmen's gonna have this little baby spoiled rotten.
What are you working on, Matt?
I am actually 2 rows away to finishing my first Boggy Creek blanket.
Woohoo!
Ooh, good for you.
I found a couple blankets in my stash that I think I'm
And
gonna
I would assume
make
you
Boggy
would
Creek.
recognize the pattern.
I do. Really vibrant. That's awesome.
I'm
Were
so
you
glad
stash
that you.
busting?
I'm so glad you decided to use that green.
It really brings a pop.
Yeah,
Yes.
but see, the thing is I had somebody. You guys said the green. Another person said the blue.
Mm-hmm.
So
I
you put them
actually have both of them.
exactly.
Well, it works.
I have the green stripe and the blue stripe. So I took a little bit from both.
Catherine, I did get your email. I did respond, but obviously you've not got it because of your internet. If you can tell me what yarn you want, I'll get it boxed up and let you know what the shipping is.
Well, those vibrant colors, Matt, you know, because you've got a lot of black in there, the vibrant colors totally work. Hi, Spring. How you doing, love?
No.
Hey,
How are
Spring,
you?
see mine? My mandafleur?
I see it. Mine's over there. I meant to grab it.
He released them today. Yay!
Yes. awesome. I get to show mine in my podcast in the
Yeah, now I
morning.
can show mine
Oh.
too.
Well, you guys rock, and I really appreciate it.
Well, I like testing. It's helping me learn my reading patterns good.
How are you, Craig? How are you, Russ? How are you, Matt? How are you, Jen? Hi, everybody in the chat.
What's going
I'm
on?
good.
Exhausted, and last night I was texting Russ. I was like, on what's the expression, on tenterhooks about putting out the pattern, because I was like, nervous.
Oh, I hear you.
Oh,
You know. Well,
speaking of,
thank you. No, it's not like your typical in the row fillet work. It's like the rate of growth, and
it's neat.
it's not like my usual thing. So I was definitely apprehensive, but so far I've gotten a lot of really good feedback, and everybody that helped me with the testing of it. Like I said in the video, it's invaluable, and I appreciate it.
We love testing.
Well, I really
I
appreciate
passed the
it.
pattern.
I found
because I got this huge mandala bonus. So
Ah,
mine could end up really big.
I found some really, really neat crochet hooks.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh, did I?
From where?
They're handmade.
Leto?
No, they're made out of crystal. They machined them down out of crystal.
What?
I was going to say, what do they do to Bag a Day?
Right? That's what I'm thinking.
It's like, did they put her in a lathe? That's awful.
Come back again. Come here. What did you just say?
Like that's inhumane.
That's not okay. That's not okay.
They take a crystal and they mill it down to a smooth crochet hook.
So we all can have a crystal then.
Nice.
If you want to pay for it.
Oh, I'm sure.
I think you're going to be paying them. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it's a crochet hook made out of crystal. It's not glass. It's crystal.
It's crystal.
Wow.
So when you crochet, instead of the plastic squeaky, 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 you get
oh.
I hope so at that price.
It's gonna.
It better say.
It's gonna be like one of those like Mongolian, like the bowl, like the
singing bowls. Well, what's the average range for those?
4 to a 10.
I meant the price.
$4 to $10.
Oh,
yeah, right?
No. I wish.
$4,000 to $10,000.
What?
Oh, I'm sure there's some zeros in there.
Quite a few.
Sisters or triplets?
$179 a piece.
Okay, that's not as crazy as I thought.
No.
I'm not saying I have a whole set coming or anything,
Oh boy, Russ.
So in other words, he does.
Geez.
He's got something coming.
Guys. But guess what? Russ?
What? Uh-oh, what we got? Uh-oh, what we got?
I'm doing my yarn workout.
You're lifting?
You got one.
Got one. I finally have an anniversary cake, and it's in the colorway that I wanted. I finally have one.
Nice.
Thankfully. Thank you.
It looks like somebody plied Punky Brewster.
Yes, exactly.
Doesn't it?
Totally.
Doesn't it?
Sing it.
Yes.
Holy macanoli.
I love it. I'm excited. I am so excited.
So
That's cool.
Who was the one that gifted it to you?
No, I bought it.
Oh, you actually was able to get it.
Yeah, I caught it. I had just enough for one, and I caught the very end of the sale and got one. That's my first and only one I've ever had. So
really?
I'm like super excited.
Good for you.
Yeah. I'm like, now I need one more and I can do a corner to corner throw and be just all happy with myself.
Well, you know what? You should be really happy with yourself because you've been doing some beautiful lamp work.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Well, because you have totally branched out in a direction that I would be petrified of doing. So I give you total credit and props for that, honey.
Thank you. It is fun.
Are you making another lamp?
Oh yeah, yeah, totally, absolutely. It comes in that size. Oh my goodness.
You know, it'd be cool if you could do, just for argument's sake, I don't know like the logistics or how possible this is, but I have seen glass knitting needles. And if you did lampwork knobs at the end of straight knitting needles, that would be awesome sauce.
You know what I really would love to make, honestly?
Do tell.
Is an ink pen and an ink well to match.
I've seen those. Those are gorgeous.
They're
cool.
very, very, the pin itself has to be twisted just right and come to just the right point for the ink to flow perfectly. And it's very, very tedious, but
yeah, but that's our forte. We're like the masters of tedium here. Think about it. I mean, I've been dealing with this yarn bar for like an hour. We are pros at tedium. Come on.
Yeah.
I do love me some good yarn bars though.
Or frogging.
I don't mind yarn barf.
Hi, Justina. Justina's from Alaska.
Hello.
Take me home, Alaska.
I have been looking at glass dipping ink pens.
They are very, the bead
they are
I made
gorgeous.
for this coming week. It just about an hour to make the bead for this coming week's video, and those pins, they take even longer. A lot longer.
Peggy says anniversary cakes are $44 in Niagara Falls at Michael's. She's waiting for them to go on sale because she needs 2.
Damn.
Yeah. Yep. I'll catch it again at some point and get another one of those, and then until then it'll just wait for me and just be fun to look at.
Yeah, just after you were talking about those cakes, the anniversary cakes, we were watching another content creator, and he had like 5, 6 of them.
What was it, Russ?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, right.
No, because Russ had a hard time.
No, it was the Farm Boys.
Yeah. Urban Farm Boys.
Urban Farm
he has
Boys.
a bunch.
He had like I want to say like 5 of them.
Yeah, different ones.
And it was the cake that you wanted, and I'm like, oh.
Make him an offer.
Yeah, he does the same thing with the Picasso rainbow. I'm like, one day I'll get some. One day.
That's why you couldn't get it, Spread. He bought them all.
I did not buy in. I couldn't get my hands on
that
it.
other guy.
I was going to say,
Yeah,
Russ
you didn't have good luck finding them.
Oh, I found them. I just couldn't. They wouldn't let me.
Yeah, you couldn't. Yeah, you had friends send them. Nice subscribers that were like, I want Russ to have one.
I had to send my subscribers out on a yarn hunt and send them to me. It was awful.
So now you've got a little army of minions.
Hey, when somebody won't let you buy their yarn, you have to improvise.
What's that?
We're missing out, Craig. He's got minions. What's going on?
What? What do you mean?
Am I jumping in and
Russ,
out, or is it...
you've got little tater tots and overalls doing your bidding for you.
I do.
Right.
I hope they don't stay around too close because I love tater tots with a little bit of ketchup. I agree with Margaret. I agree with Margaret. Picasso is not all that.
No, it's just it's more of the fact that it's like everybody has gotten some, and I have never had any.
Now,
Kind
okay,
of
well,
thing.
okay. If it makes you feel any better, what yarn specifically are you referring to? Because I don't even know what it is that you're
This
talking about.
one.
There you go, right there.
Okay, well, Spring, if it makes you feel any better, I haven't.
You've not.
No, so
Well, thank you.
okay,
I'm glad
ice yarns.
that, we're in the same boat.
That's okay. Spring, I will be your second loser in command. It's no problem.
Okay, well, good. I'm
Okay.
glad, Craig.
No, that's
Yeah,
fine.
so that's what that's yeah, it's this one.
It's so sheen and pretty. It very much is, but definitely hard to get your hands on.
Well, I like the colors, but actually I'm more of a fan of a matte as opposed to, well, I mean, matte the rock and crochet, yes, but no, I mean like a matte finish as opposed to a shiny finish.
Right.
Like the Simply Soft, the fact that it had like this sheen to it, actually, I wasn't a huge fan of that. That and the fact that Simply Soft would split like a banana, I mean,
We had to talk, and I asked everybody what they thought of it a couple of weeks back on Russ's live, and I'm like the only one that said I didn't have a problem with it splitting. It didn't
Well,
it
then
didn't
more power
split.
to you. But for me, it was all, the Simply Soft, it was like split, 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 that was just my experience. What was your problem?
It's heavy. I got lots of problems. How many problems do you want to hear about?
Well, hey, listen, honey, I got more issues than a box has tissue, so.
Yeah. I heard that. No. Yeah, it's just heavy to me, and the pilling factor. Those were my two issues with it. It's just like cement when you're holding it. It's like trying to crochet with cement because it's so
Wait, are
heavy.
you talking about Karen 1 pound or Karen Simply Soft?
Simply Soft.
Really?
Yes, it feels so heavy to me.
See, I didn't find it heavy. I was like, it's too slippery. It was slippery and it was splitty and it was just sort of like, you know what? I'm good.
Yeah. I didn't.
Yeah, I found it to be the same way. It was
really
slippery and splitty.
I love how we all have our own, our different styles, our different techniques, and our different loves and passions for yarn. And that's what makes us all cool. I like it.
Rusty, you working on
Well,
anything?
it's like, we got the breakfast club going on here. I call dibs on the basket case. But, I can't do this over a drawing of a covered bridge,
Oh, no.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Ally Sheedy shaking her dandruff onto a covered bridge. It's like, I got no hair, Although that is a kind of sandwich that I would eat.
No frowny faces, Russ.
It won't even let me in my own channel.
Oh, no.
What is the matter?
You see it? He has that frowny face.
Well,
yeah, but I see he's all like, grumpy, but like, what's the matter? What do you mean it won't let you into your own channel?
I'm telling you, it won't let me in.
What are you talking about?
I'm trying to get to my channel on my phone.
Uh-oh.
And it won't let me.
Why?
If I knew that, I'd be a millionaire.
Okay, well, we are still streaming, right?
I hope so, because if not, I'm
Yeah?
my feet.
Yeah, because we're on my TV.
Okay, because I'm like,
got
where's
you guys
Rod
on my
Serling?
You have now entered the yarn zone.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. I did that when I did the Nautilus blanket, the fiber zone. Do you remember?
Huh?
It was a circular blanket with like sort of like a spiral thing going on. Yeah, it was the intro. It was in black and white, and I was talking about the difference between plied and variegated, or it was I was being all silly, but I had so much fun with that one.
Yeah, that was neat.
Look at the TV.
Look at the TV. What am I looking at the TV?
Oh, what you got? What you got?
I have backdrop for
That's cool.
Thursday night. I have spider backdrop. I have a spider to go on it and a spider web light to go on it.
Nice.
That's cool.
Craig needs those. You need to tell him where you got them.
I'm like, I've got all the spider goods.
You are decked out. Actually, I do have some spiderweb fabric in my stash somewhere that I've yet to use.
What
You know,
about that spiderweb blanket you made last year?
Oh, you mean the fillet blanket?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I
We
meant
should
no. I
try
mean
that
like
out.
fabric. I meant fabric, as in. Well, actually, if I tried to
Mhm.
hang that up, that would be heavy. But no, I mean I have spiderweb printed fabric. I was gonna perhaps make into a quilt. Because I also have like all this other Halloween styled prints of fabric. You know, it's in my perpetual box of to do.
Mhm.
You know how that is. You know, my box of good intentions.
Mhm.
I have a closet of that over here.
Yeah.
Hey Russ,
Totes in there with those good
Craig,
intentions.
Yeah.
do you hand quilt or do you have it like long arm quilted?
Oh, I would. Well, okay. I do the piecing on a machine.
Yeah.
And then as well, the only, okay, I've made one complete quilt, but I did the tying method.
Okay. No,
You
what
know,
I'm
like
talking about is
I
what
didn't
I'm
like
talking
actually
about
sew through all the layers. I just did the tying method.
I've
Got
helped
it.
tie quilts.
Yeah. And that actually the one and only that I actually made completely from start to finish, I actually gave away.
Didn't you give it to Russ? Or no,
No,
that was the one you
No.
gave away on the channel.
no,
It
I
went to
did it with like
Bailey.
an actual giveaway. It was like
went-
all like
Yeah. I remember
browns
that
and
now.
earth tones and stuff like that. It was like autumn colors, and I was really
It was
proud of it. But
nice.
I needed to do something big, so I gave that away. You know, it was my firstborn.
It went to Bailey.
Thank you for
Well,
remembering.
you're
It's
lucky
been
for
it's been
that.
a hot minute since I did that.
It's been
Yeah.
a while.
It's
It was
been a
like
I
couple
want to
years, I
say that
think.
was like a couple years ago,
yeah,
maybe
at
like 2
least.
years ago.
It's neat because you can take them to like and have them actually do the long arm quilting and have like designs actually put into the you make the blanket itself and
Mhm.
The
then
quilt top.
they'll design like they'll
Mhm.
do the quilting like in a design. It's really
Mhm.
cool.
No, I mean I've seen that, and like my mom, like we have several sewing machines, and like she does machine quilting herself. We don't have a long arm, but
Oh,
she
right on.
actually has done quilting. You know, doing the whole stitch and a ditch stuff, and so on
Yeah.
and so forth. But I mean, the tying method I kind of like because it gives it, you know, a different kind of quality to it, and it's a heck of a lot easier. But the English paper piecing quilt that I'm currently working on with all those tiny itty bitty little hexies,
Oh, I
that
remember
one
that one.
I do want to I do want to do the quilting of that one by hand. I mean, I'm doing all the piecing by hand, but I also want to do the quilting through the 3 layers, the top, the batting, and the backing. I want to do that by hand as well.
Oh, right on.
I'm
How's
We have
that
psychotic.
coming?
ladies that quilt in the next building where I can exercise, and it's neat because they're older, like in their 70s at least, and they're sitting there and it's such tiny stitches and such intricate patterns. It's really neat.
Oh, that's nice.
It's fun to quilt. I've done it, but I've done it on my standard sewing machine. It's fun to quilt. I like that, Russ. I like that. It's pretty.
Well,
Is it done?
You kidding? I'm not even halfway done yet.
With your
I
moms?
figured I'd check. I'd do
Yeah,
an Afghan check.
Well, Teresa was wanting to know how it was coming along. I haven't been able to work on it since we got back from vacation.
Well, have you finished the bottom width yet?
No, I'm still going. It's going to take 2,000 yards to get it half done.
All right.
So I have to
Well,
go out to the garage and get 4 more skeins of yarn. It's either go out to the garage and find 4 or just order 4. Not quite sure what to do yet. We lost.
you know the what you gonna call it? How when I got the new hooks from Leto, how I was thinking of doing like a skein of 2 different colors of Mondoa bonus bundle. Well, I finished it. I had to go into, like I did, it was like 4 skeins of Mandala bonus bundle so that I could finish it. Like I was playing Yarn Chicken.
Oh. Wow.
That's like 4,000 yards.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
the 2 strands were held together, so it
So-
wasn't as far as you would think, but still, I mean, the effect of the tweed, I think it looked really, really nice. You know, and that when I finished, but I need like more space than I currently have because it's a big sucker.
How big?
And right now I'm thinking about working on a it's sort of a textured crochet project. I have some ideas for, you know, textured, but not in the traditional sense, but in a different sort of, it's hard to describe. So how about, you know, it just saying it's theoretical in nature and we'll see if I can actually make it work, you know, but right now I'm winding.
Michelle, I got one. Michelle, I got one. Thanks to you, enabler. I mean, Michelle.
Supporter, not enabler. Supporter.
Yeah, supporter. There you go.
What happened to Jen? Did she say goodbye and I missed it?
Well, I did see her waving, but I thought that, like, you know, I wasn't quite sure that what that was meaning because she didn't actually say goodbye. She just wanted her to, you know, and then she was gone.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, I sent her a text message like, "What? Where'd you go?"
We have a team of knitters here. Okay. Who's done the half brioche? Half brioche stitch.
I don't think I have.
No, I haven't.
I mean, I think I've done like brioche, like a single color brioche, but I don't think I've done like a 2-color brioche, let alone a half brioche. I'm not even sure what that is exactly.
Half brioche. Russ?
I like the bread though.
Yeah, right. It's good.
Oh, did you say you're going to make us each a loaf of brioche bread?
No, we're wondering if you've used the half brioche.
All I heard is him saying something about brioche bread. And something about sending us each a loaf or something like that. You know.
Yeah, I want to angle. I want to angle for the sourdough. That's what I.
Well, actually, I have to make some dough tonight so that I can do some baking tomorrow. Ooh, that's pretty.
Ooh.
That's half brioche.
Wow. Well, that's gorgeous and great color choices.
Thank you. That is.
It makes me think of like a dragon's egg.
Yeah, yeah. Rachel, she said it looked like a mermaid skin.
You know, something mythical.
Yeah. So I did it, you know, in a bulky and a small just to work it up in the round and try it in the round and get it going and do a decrease and all that. And then I did a tutorial showing how to do the stitch in the round and make a beanie. But yeah,
it looks fabulous.
Thank you. I love it. I thought it was so cool. I'm like, I can do the half brioche. And you know what's best about the whole entire thing is it's not stranded knitting.
Oh, thank God. Yeah, because that can be a beast, especially if you have to capture your floats and that many. Oh, heaven help you.
Oh yeah, it is. You work one row of one color and the next row of the next color, and it's alternating the whole way.
Sort of like knit mosaic.
Yeah, very much so. Very much so. I've done a lot of that.
I mean, I love knit mosaic because of that fact that you don't have to deal with floats. I mean, yes, you have to alternate color A, color B, you know, and it's almost like you're not making the progress that you think you are, but you don't have to deal with floats and the tensioning. You're not messing with that.
Exactly. It's all the same all the way through. I love it.
See, I read you.
You know, I've never done brioche.
Really?
I've never done that.
But you've done baguette.
Well, a loaf at a time. But
Sprig's dying. And you've done vodka. You know.
Now you made me lose what I was going to say.
I'm sorry.
I'm going to put you in timeout.
As long as it's with fuzzball, then it's okay.
You ain't
To the
getting nothing
corner,
but.
you know. So you've never done brioche at all? I did it once and I was like, yep, okay, I did it. That's enough for me.
But
yeah, I think that's about what I did with it too.
I knit so
I
loose.
made like a little swatch and I was like, no.
I knit so loose that I don't have to have floats. I can carry my yarn all the way around, and it does not pucker. Yep.
I don't knit super loose unless, like this one, I intentionally use the same size, the 8mm on the worsted weight as I did for the bulky weight. I intentionally did it that way so I could have a slouchy. That's the only reason why I did that. But generally speaking, I try not to make really loose stitches.
If anyone is interested in making that knitted hat, Spring has a tutorial coming out soon for it.
Yeah. She's been listening to me talk about it for like days.
So when are you bringing it out?
Wednesday. It'll be out on Wednesday. Knitting is on Wednesday.
So tomorrow?
Oh yeah, sure. Actually, my podcast that comes out for members only today and then goes public tomorrow morning, it just uploaded. That's what I was doing when you sent me the link.
I was watching Young Sheldon.
That is an awesome show. I love that show.
I am so behind. Like I'm a late bloomer in like every respect. I'm on, was it season 1, episode 20, I think.
Yes.
You know, like I only just started it last night. It's cute.
It is good. It is good.
It's very cute. I mean, I've seen some of Big Bang Theory as well, but I mean, this is just, it's cute, you know.
I like this. I like that one, the Young Sheldon, better than the Big Bang Theory, to be perfectly honest. I like it better.
Well, the thing is, I mean, I was never like gifted in school, but I was definitely like the odd man out. So I mean, there's that relatability factor. You know, like I got along better with my teachers than my peers. So there's that.
Jeremy, yeah, Spring does have tutorials on her channel.
Oh yeah, indeed.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
She has tutorials like I have yarn.
Yeah, I'm trying to take after my mentor up there, Russ and Craig, both. They're constantly work. So I'm trying to take after them.
Yeah, but the thing is that you've got like a neat balance between, different things. Like Russ, he's more social, I'm more tutorial. And I'm not. Linda, that's very sweet of you. I'm not social as much as I should be. And Russ, I keep harassing him to do something like a tutorial, and he's like, no.
Linda, I am fighting some depression, so the last couple of days has been really rough, and I really appreciate that. Thank you.
Sorry, Pookie.
Sorry, Russ.
I felt it. If you saw the live last night, I was really kind of.
I did, yeah.
I did.
I was really like drawn back.
You were there, but you wasn't in there,
right,
with the conversation. I seen that.
Trust me, hon. I know what it's like.
Well, not that it would make you feel any better, but today marks 6 years my father passed away. So I understand. I get
sorry.
you. And
sorry, Spring.
Thank you. We just kind of, you get in a spot and you got to get past it. Yep. Just got to push on through.
Well, I'm going to Madison tomorrow and I'm going to Joann's.
Oh, yay.
My son promised me I'm going back to Joann's.
Woohoo!
Because we're doing this because we were going to go out for my birthday a couple weekends ago.
So happy birthday.
Thanks.
Happy
Yeah, it was in the
belated.
fall.
Yes. Happy belated.
Thanks.
What, 20, 24, 25?
Yeah. I'm going to say
No.
23. I think you're too high.
21.
I'd say
21.
24.
Yeah.
2 years old
21.
and Craig, I'm 47.
Oh,
We in the
Just turned
same boat.
47.
You're not
Me and
supposed to say my age. It was
I
supposed to
didn't
be our
say what yours
secret.
was, Craig. I just said
You're
2
so
years
much
older.
younger.
You mentioned it on your channel before, bud.
But you weren't supposed to repeat it.
Oh, sorry.
I don't see what you guys are complaining about. I'm the old man on here.
Well, my son's going to be 22.
Well, you're thinking chronology. I was thinking maturity level.
Yeah,
You know,
you forgot
Russ is
on how
dealing with his
mature I
terrible
am.
twos right now.
Secret
I don't remember
my
how old he
there
was
for
when
a
we had a
reason.
Nerf gun war in that apartment that we used to live at. I kicked his butt.
Krista, you're 54. Awesome.
That was before I got to where I couldn't really do much.
I'll be 54 next year.
Well, then we
I
can
was
go. Russ 54. Where are you?
Yep, car 54.
Thank you. I was hoping somebody would get that. Thank you.
My mom
This
taught
Craig,
me
I'm
that about
old
that.
enough. I'm old enough to get that joke.
Well, thank you,
I
because
was
I'm
gonna
like,
say, yeah, I think
please
you would have too.
don't let that fall flat in the water like a dead duck, please.
Michelle's 54, Cecilia's 64. Rachel, I know better. You're not getting away with 21.
No, I turned 60 in last August.
Really?
Mhm.
Okay. 60.
The big
Yeah, right
six-
when you
the
started
like
your
it.
channel,
the big
wasn't it?
60.
57 for Laura.
You know, I wished I could say I'm 65
My
What, so you could
mom will be
retire?
65
Retire?
soon.
because that means that I'm either already retired or I'm getting ready to retire.
My parents
Yeah.
had to retire at 64 and 63 because my mom wasn't quite 64 yet last year.
Hi,
Take care of
Robin.
me. But now my mom's working part-time and stuff, back to at least working.
Hola, Joe Andrea. Hello, beautiful. Good to see you, sweetheart.
What's going on,
There.
guys?
Christy says I'm 39 all year long.
I have a friend,
my
she's always
husband.
29.
My husband's 21 every year, and he has anniversaries of his 21st birthday. So not this past birthday, but the year before, I got the candles, the 2 and the 1, and I broke the top of the 2 and I tipped it over and kind of put it in the frosting of the cake I made. And I said, it needs a cane. It's broke. You've used it too many times. He died laughing. Everybody was like, oh my God.
Well, you know what? At least he's legal.
You're right. Right.
You know,
Maybe
I mean, at least you didn't like swap them, the 1 and the 2. It's like, he's 12?
Right? Yeah. It was funny though. I was just like, I had to, the 2.
Hello, Ola Joe. Hello.
Beautiful Andrea.
Babe, look at your site.
She
So
has a
Todd
pair
was
of
sleeping,
earrings
Matt?
Go on your site.
with my beads on them, my lamp working beads, and anchors on the bottom.
Well, you do some gorgeous work.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, you do.
It's
That,
fun.
and you're willing to brave a blowtorch in molten glass. That takes courage.
Well, I worked in a Coke forage for years, and
I prefer Pepsi.
Dr. Pepper.
shaping stock into horseshoes and creating horseshoes and shoeing horses. So that part doesn't bother me. It's actually less heat because it's a direct flame versus just furnace.
Right.
It's nice that it's pointed away from me instead of at me.
I still think it's admirable that, you got the courage to do something like that. Because I mean, like I said, I would be terrified beyond recognition.
Yeah, I can understand. You got carded, Rachel? Oh my gosh. She does look very young. She looks really, really young. She is my best friend, and she looks like super young.
I got people saying I don't have a son that's in his early 20s. They're like, no way.
People say that about me. Mine's about to turn 30 here soon.
Oh,
And
wow.
yeah, he has a 2-year-old. Not two. Yeah, no, older than 2. Gosh, I'm losing time. She's older than 2. Wow. She's
Oh,
like
so you got a cute
4.
little grandbaby.
She's 4. Good grief, I'm losing
Oh,
time.
wow.
Yeah. Yeah, I have a grandchild.
I hope I can get one. I got a grand cat, but my great niece and her mom live next door. My nephew is her dad, and she's 2.
So you have 5
And yet 2 of my brothers haven't had kids yet.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I got a brother who's 32 and one that's 20 years younger. I was in college when the oldest of those 2 said, I'm going to be a big brother. First year of college. It's like, Mom, what?
Okay, Jeremy, I sell orphan packs, like orphan bead packs. So just email me and let me know what you're looking for. Please and thank you.
How old? Tina, so I believe my oldest grandson is 13. Then I have a granddaughter who is 2. She'll be 3
Wow.
next month. And then I have a newest granddaughter will be born in January.
Oh, I bet you're excited.
Lucky Papa.
Awesome.
So
It's
I would like to go visit next year.
late
you can,
January
Ross.
or early January?
Somewhere between January 1st and January 31st.
Okay.
Give some wiggle room.
Okay. Because, my birthday's February 2nd. So I'm always like, how close are we going to be?
One of my grandparents had a birthday around that day.
Yeah.
I think it was either my grandma or it was my mom's dad. The grandma was my dad's mom. But there's 2 of them in that beginning of the year, and I don't remember exactly when their birthdays are.
Carmen's gremlins are 7, 9, and 10.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
I've got 5.
You got 5 little?
I've got 5 grandsons.
Nice.
Oh, wow. Oh, my goodness.
That's a lot. That's a lot of trouble.
Oh,
Woo!
it's a blast. I have a lot of fun with them.
Well, I got
Awesome, Linda.
I got 4 brothers. My sister had 4 boys. 2 of my brothers each had 1 boy, and they got a daughter each. And then I had my son.
Wow.
My family's mostly boys. But that's the last 3 of the brothers are halves.
Well,
I got a sister and a brother, and then
on my mom on my dad's side of the family, out of the cousins, there was only 2 of us boys, so we got spoiled a lot.
I got cousins.
That's cool
on my dad's side. That one is 27, and the other one is 22 or 23.
Oh, okay.
Oh no,
Diane.
24.
Well,
24.
really simple. I mean, I start with like a skein of, like a regular skein of yarn, and I pull out from the center, and I just start wrapping around my finger like this, a bunch, until I get a good wad going on.
That's
and
what I
then
do, Russ.
from here, I just pull that off of my fingers, and then I just start wrapping around that, and then turning it as I go until eventually you have ball. And the reason why I do it is, I mean, it drives some people crazy, But the reason why I do it is because, especially if the yarn has a colorway, that way, if you need to control the colorway at all, you can. Also, most manufacturers, they're pretty good about it, but some less than others. There's like a cut in the yarn, and sometimes the knot does not look that secure. So I would rather do a knot myself, to make sure. That's just me and my own personal thing. So for me, when I ball it up, it's my way of scanning the yarn to make sure that it's copacetic for what I want to do. So that's why I always ball my yarn.
And sometimes where the cut is, if it's self-striping, they put it together backwards. So it's not the same sequence.
Two different colors and stuff, and it's just like, what?
The worst, and I mean the absolute worst experience that I ever had was with Noro. With that, it must have had about a half a dozen of those cuts and knots in a very specific colorway that you would expect that the colorway would be consistent throughout. Oh no. No, it was a dumpster fire of a hot mess. I was thoroughly disappointed, and I will never buy Noro again as a result. Sorry, Noro, you had your chance.
Right. Yeah, because you pay all that money
exactly for that much money. If it was Red Heart, I'd be like, okay, it's par for the course. But Noro is like, it's supposed to be this big thing. It's supposed to be like a designer yarn. You would expect more from that.
Yeah,
and it was totally bougie. And if it lives up to the hype, I have no problem paying that. It's like with the Leto hooks. The Leto hooks are not cheap, but these are gorgeous. And I've never had any issue with them. Never had any issue, and I've had them and I've used them consistently for years. So to me, it's a tool that you use over and over and over again. So I don't think that there's anything wrong with the price for these, but that much money for that yarn, that is not what I was expecting. Sorry. No, I'd rather use Red Heart Ombre at that rate, or, a Lion Brand Mandoa,
And depending which Noro you get, either one of those choices is a lot softer than what the Noro is. Because the Noro I used was, it was pretty harsh.
Well, I mean, this stuff, the Lion Brand Mandoa, this is soft and it's 100% acrylic.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's really
and
nice.
I can get it at my Walmart, no problem.
And mine has the little what you call it? Can you guys see it?
Halo.
The furries or halo.
Yeah. The foof.
Yeah, the foof.
Yeah.
Yes. FOOF, the foof.
And if it is
the foof or the floof. It's either a floof or a floof. You could add an L in there for good measure. It could be a floof.
If it's not spun yet, it's floof. If it's spun, then it's foof.
Okay. Well, you would be the professional on that,
I got a floof bin.
Really? Are these technical terms, or are we just making this stuff up?
Hey, do not question this professional down here.
Yeah, she's the spinning
Spring is a professional. Do not question the master.
I don't know. It's a BS.
Hello, Denise.
Denise. Oh.
If you can't dazzle them with brilliance, baffle them with
right?
BS. I mean, some people have a BA, some people have a BS, and some people use BS.
This is very true.
I got BO.
Thanks for sharing, Russ.
Yeah.
I have a PhD, but it's not the same kind of PhD that some of you might have.
I have a BBA.
My PhD digs holes.
And then I had a PhD or certified pharmacy tech.
Ah.
And that's besides the 2 associate degrees I got prior.
What is everyone working on? Diane wants to know. Mine I can't work on right now because I'm here, and it's too complicated. It's gotta be too many brain cells get used when I'm working on it.
Well, I got Craig's one that he's just released.
Manda Fleur.
Yeah, I'll let Craig say the name.
Monde Fleur.
It's an
I
awesome
knew you were going to say
pattern.
that. Manda Fleur.
And I decided to make it rainbow.
I love it. Mine is over there. Oh,
How big did you get yours, Spring?
I used the last of what I had in this particular sugar wheel that I had on the shelf. I think I did one, and then the one repeat is what it was.
Oh, wow. Yours turned out beautiful.
That looks
That is
awesome.
very cool.
Yes, I love the
Thank
colors.
you. Excuse the tail over here.
Yeah, we don't mind the tails.
No,
How
no
long ago
worries.
was this? And it's still hanging out?
Nobody likes sewing in
Yeah.
or doing whatever with their tails.
I had to sew in my ends last night, so I understand.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm like, wait a minute. How long ago did we do this? It's like, whoops. Oh well. But yeah, I loved this colorway. I used it for for locking filet crochet for my mother for a Mother's Day present, and this is what I had left. So I was like, that looked cool as a round start to an Afghan.
Well, it makes me think of like 1980s Halloween decor.
Yeah,
You know,
absolutely.
it has a very nostalgic vibe for me. You know, and I like that. I'm saying that as a good thing. I
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
I went right to food. Is what it reminded me
Right
of.
to what?
Food. The colors reminded me of a passion fruit. The purple and the yellow.
Okay.
Yeah. Most definitely.
It's pretty. I mean, I love passion fruit.
Yeah, it's good. It is good.
It's
Kitra.
pretty.
Thank you. I enjoyed working out, but I love filet crochet. That's my go-to as well. Craig and I are like back and forth on it. He does one and I do one, and he does one and I do one.
Yeah,
I don't ever show all mine, but I do them the same way.
I gotta get
Well,
some of
filet
mine
crochet,
printed.
it makes sense to me, you know, because filet, it's like, it's a binary. It's like a dot matrix,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
It's just a matter of how you manipulate the eyelets. That's what creates the magic.
Right.
And it makes sense.
Yep.
Hello,
it.
Kitra. Hello, darling.
There's plenty in this life that does not make any sense. Hello. Yeah. I mean, there's plenty that does not make any sense to me in this life, but filet, for whatever reason, it makes sense. So.
Exactly. I agree. I feel the same way. I can fly through once like we've talked, I look at your picture and I'm like, okay, that's the overall idea. Got it. All right.
Yeah, it's pretty easy.
I can do that. That's no problem.
I just got a text from Michael at MDL. Thank you, Michael.
Spring, did you color control your blanket?
Actually, you can see the tails on the other side.
It looks good though. It works.
I did a little bit, not much, but a little bit.
It still looks good.
Thank you.
It looks like a beautiful Halloween blanket.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I was saying. It reminds me of like Halloween decor, like the wrapper from like a Halloween candy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like Sour Patch Kids in the shapes of spiders, you know, specifically, you know, in like the fun sizes, you know, where you put them in a bowl, put a little sign next to the bowl saying, please take one, you know.
Right.
And then of course it's empty in 5 minutes, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean.
Somebody steals the whole dang thing at once.
Well, that's exactly what I meant.
We had that happen here.
It went from the lime green to the yellow, and I just let it roll because I was at the end of that. I mean, it wasn't that far. I think like not even a quarter of the way. And that was the end of what yarn I had. And I'm like, yeah, just go with it. Finish it.
Let it roll.
Yeah, just roll with it.
Yeah.
I
Why
enjoy
not?
it.
Well, I designed I don't know if I really could say design, but
Thank you, Rachel.
each little square, this is inspired by Craig's log cabin, but it's a square of 9. It's basically a corner to corner. These each are corner to corners, and then it's done like a corner to corner.
Well, actually, I thought about that. Actually, Russ, could you blow that up?
Yeah, this is
Nope.
what I was talking about, Craig, in that
Thank you.
email.
Right.
And I
So,
did send you a picture, so.
yes. So actually, I
You
was
can't
thinking
see the
about that.
yellow. It's
Right. I mean, I can totally see all the colors. Now, the thing is, like, for instance, if you hold it still for just a sec, so, like, for instance, say you were to start in that top corner, for argument's sake, you know, you make one complete square in the yellow. Then what you could do is sort of like the entrelac pieces. What you could, in theory, do is if you start on like if you started with the yellow square, then you went on to those 2 blue ones, you could do both of those, okay, in one fell swoop, starting at the lower left-hand corner of the bottom one, okay, and then work your
okay.
way up, connect it to the yellow one once you get to that widest point of that lower blue square, and then continue to build the blue square, shrinking it down and building it onto the yellow one, and then directly go into the blue one above and join as you create it. So the thing is that
Yeah.
way that would minimize the amount of ends that you would have to sew in. So the thing is, those 2 blue squares, it's one length of yarn. So that is totally doable. That's you know, something that I thought about.
Yeah, I don't know if
That would
anybody's
totally
done
be a
these.
viable technique.
Yeah, it'd be neat, Craig. You can actually do this one and write up the pattern because I don't know how to write patterns. So if you want
Well, I
to,
would be more inclined if I were to do something like that, I would just do it as like a video tutorial. I wouldn't try to write
well,
that out.
whichever way, even if it's a video
Yeah,
tutorial, I mean,
you know, I mean that is
that's
something
why I
that would
told you
be,
about it because it's like, yeah, I'm
you
not
know,
gonna do
feasible.
tutorials.
I was a little confused initially though, because when you said log cabin, I'm like,
Yeah, I was trying to
that
say,
doesn't look log cabin. I mean, it's pretty, but that's not log cabin. And then I'm like, well,
My
that's still a viable option as far as doing sort of like a continuous join as you go kind of thing, almost in the entrelac method where it's, you know, like one block and then the 2 blocks that you're then building, they could be joined so that you wouldn't have to worry about quite so many ends to sew in, which, as we all know and love, can be a total pain in the patoot.
yeah. Well, I thought about
mitered
instead of
square.
3, bringing it down to
Pardon?
2, so it looks more
Mitered
like a
square.
regular corner to corner instead of huge. Because I mean, you don't want it huge if you want it to look more like a corner to corner.
I mean, you could make, like, for instance, that block was a 3x3. It could be,
Yeah,
you know, a 2x2. It could be a
4x4. Yeah,
5x5. You know, really
anything.
whatever
Yeah.
dimensions you want. Oh, see now look what you did. Look what you did.
Right?
Now I'm getting requests and everything. Look what you did.
What, they want you
Do
to
it.
make this video?
You could do it mitered square,
You
just small
definitely
squares
could because
instead of the 50.
I'm not
That
gonna be
too.
able to do videos, so I don't mind if you take my
Well,
picture I
thank you.
sent.
I mean, I might. Like right now, I've got so
Yeah.
many different projects going on, flitting around in my head, like butterflies on crack. You know, because I'm kind of working out the basis of something right now to see if, like, okay, do the logistics of it work, and if so, it's like, okay, I totally got another another thing brewing in my brain. It's a crowded place.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking of it last night when I was just in the, I don't think I came up, but I was just down in the, chat and I had mentioned, I've got a design I want to put down. I had to find my graph paper. It was hiding on me.
We're all big fans of our Craig. Craig is awesome.
Yes. Because that's how I
You know,
found,
I
I
just
think,
do what I
everybody
do, and I
here.
try to do the best that I can. That's all I can do, and I thank you
hear
guys
ya.
for that. But I'm a
Absolutely.
human spider.
Yep.
Right? We all make mistakes.
So is
Oh,
that
indeed.
guy. So is that guy in the red suit.
Yeah. Oh no.
I was
Where'd you
bad.
go, Russ?
What happened?
What was that?
I have no idea.
No,
I put
leave
him on
us.
sleep for a minute. Like
No,
a
I thought
leave
camera
us.
or something.
That was weird. It's just like everything went dark.
That's not a good thing.
No.
It's
Kevin,
like
I seen you.
Well, he brought the little baby over earlier, so we could all
Oh,
see the
yeah?
little baby that's going to. Is it Carmen?
yeah, Carmen's
Yeah.
gonna take him.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Oh,
Good night,
yeah.
Chris.
Oh,
Take
yeah.
care.
Boom.
So that's why I can't work on it during the live, because it's Celtic.
Oh wow, is that cabled?
Cabling.
Oh
Yes.
God, no wonder. Yeah, I wouldn't want to work on that during the stream
Wow.
either. I would need to pay way too much
Knitting?
attention.
Knitting
Yeah,
or
it's
crochet?
16 round repeat, and I'm
Ooh.
like,
Oh.
Yeah.
yeah,
But it's looking neat.
I can't.
Please tell me you're using a lifeline.
No, I'm pretty.
You're a brave
okay.
soul.
Yes,
Yeah.
you are.
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm just doing it down each sleeve. So once I get, the top part done and take away for just the body of it, I won't be working on the cables anymore until I come back to do my sleeves. And I'll do my sleeves probably 2 at a time just to get it done. Especially with the repeat, I can keep it in a sequence. But yeah, that's why I'm not working on it. And I said it takes way too many brain cells.
Well,
we can help you keep count.
Spring, because I love you, I'm going to put my little spider foot down and say, put a lifeline in, because when you just said, "Oh, I'm fine," I'm like, those are your famous last words, honey.
Mhm. Especially on the knitting project.
Those are,
Yeah,
those are really famous last words, and I quote from The Honeymooners when Norton said, "Oh yeah, Custer was saying, oh, I think those are friendly Indians over that hill." It's
Right.
like, those are famous last words for Custer.
Right.
It's like, no, you don't say, "Oh, I'm doing fine," without using a lifeline.
Yeah, I did it a couple of times, and I learned
Yeah.
my lesson.
I like cables. I've done a lot of
Hubris
cables.
is a very dangerous thing.
Cables
Hubris
are
is a
fun
very,
to
very,
me.
very dangerous thing.
I'm okay with it, and I've tinked back many rounds before in cables, so I'm like, do it, and I'll sit there and I've got my cable hook in my mouth and I'm sitting there looking and reading and okay, and I check and double check and triple check, and I'm very like persnickety about it and won't talk to anybody or have anything else going on but that when I'm doing it.
It's when I'm doing stuff like that, it's like the few instances where I actually don't have something playing on the background of my TV. It's like, no, I need silence, total radio silence. And I put my phone on mute. I'm like, I am not dealing with, anything.
Yep. I literally am like, silence, I adore thee.
Hello, silence, my old friend.
Hello, Kristen.
Hello,
Yes.
darkness, my old friend.
Well, that too, but it's the sounds of silence,
Yeah,
Yeah.
sounds of silence.
Disturbed it does that. Besides
he
Simon
does it
and
awesome too.
Garfunkel.
Yeah.
My son saw Disturbed in Dubuque.
He's
just
awesome.
Recently.
He's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, it's funny with the song Scarborough Fair by Simon and Garfunkel. When I was a little kid, okay, true and sad anecdote, I didn't understand the lyrics like it happens when you're a kid. And I'm like, sage grows merry and tight. but they're saying sage, rosemary, and thyme. But I thought that sage was growing merry, happy, and tightly. I'm like, it grows merry and tight. I'm like, that doesn't make any sense.
Well, that's like the one Kenny Rogers song, like Lucille, crop in the 400 children and a crop in the field. That's what I thought.
What? That's not what I heard.
4 hungry children. You left me, Lucille, with 4 hungry children and a crop in the field. But I thought 400 children.
That's
Wow.
That's a
That
lot
would
of
be a
mouths
lot.
to feed.
Yeah.
But
Yes,
Jen, I'm sorry, but I think I have you beat because I've got another one that's even worse.
Uh-oh.
The Greatest Love of All by Whitney Houston.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, here it comes.
Yeah. Russ, brace yourself.
I'm listening. I'm waiting.
Get ready
Because
to
of
smile.
Playtex, Love of All's inside of me. I thought that's what she was saying. I was single digits. I didn't know.
Well, okay. Barbie girl, Barbie world.
It's fantastic.
I have
Made of
that CD
plastic.
from college.
Russ is like,
Because they
it's
had a bunch
gotten
of good
strange here.
Waiting for Rod Serling and 11 to pop out, say hello from the upside down.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we all have had those instances where we thought the lyrics of a song were something else, and then we heard otherwise many decades later, and we're like, oh.
Yeah, that's like when I was.
That's why the
teenager.
karaoke looked at me weird.
Yeah, I was listening to.
I know there are some
Meatloaf.
that we look back and we're like, wait a minute, it didn't always say that. And I know I'm not the only person that sang it the way that I sang it. When did they change the lyrics?
Yeah.
Well, I think the
There are
funniest
some.
example, though, was in the movie Jumpin' Jack Flash with Whoopi Goldberg, and she's trying to figure out the lyrics to the song, and she keeps replaying it and replaying it and replaying it, and she's like, Mick, speak English.
Our favorite movies.
It was such a good movie, I'm a little black woman in a big silver box. I'm being dragged down the highway. Help! It was this hysterical movie. It was so good.
What?
Well, what about
Between
like
that and when she was in Burglar, I mean, those were both awesome movies.
what about when you get older and you understand what the lyrics mean?
Yeah, that was like
because it was like, oh, I didn't realize this had this meaning behind it, and it's like adult.
Well, I mean, there was also what was it? The Beatles
Kinks.
song. He got like Mojo Filter and Gumbo Shoe Shine.
Right.
He got hair down to his knees. Come Together Over Me. That song.
Yeah.
I mean I think that song was written as a political like endorsement or something like that for somebody that was running for office or something. We're going back decades, of course, but
Yeah.
I think that was a political song.
Yeah,
but I digress.
The one that comes to mind is the Kinks song, Lola. It's like you don't realize what that one's about until you got older.
Right.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And every time we see Lola in the chat and it always goes to that song, my brain goes to Rod Stewart, Layla.
That was Eric Clapton, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was
Eric
Clapton. Or Eric Clapton.
Well, I have a coworker. One of my coworkers, her name is Roxanne, and I'm like, "Hey, Roxanne, put on the red light," and she just gives me this glare.
Oh no!
Well, what about the one with
she glares at me. I'm like, Roxanne, put on the red light, and she's like, "Shut up."
Stop it.
I mean, that does not go over well at the library, but
yeah, well,
And that number is not my phone number. 9675
Oh,
I was just
309.
talking about
309.
Yeah. It's like that. And you know what's kind of funny? Somebody does have that number.
Well, apparently
I
they sued, or actually, no, they didn't sue. That what they did was, I think they then posted the phone number of like the record label,
right.
like in retaliation. It was something along those lines because they had gotten so many calls. They're like, "Oh yeah, we can play too." So
Yeah,
they
I
got
hate
doxxed as well.
something
Yeah,
actually
I kind
about
of feel sorry for those people because they got a phone number that unfortunately was in a song, and then and didn't
Dawn.
Well, the reason
realize it.
why in TV shows and in movies the phone numbers always begin with 555 because there are no existing phone numbers that begin with 555.
Right. Right.
It's like the one set of, 3 digits that does not exist as an actual working phone number. And that's why it's like in every movie and every TV show.
That or they don't even
Mhm.
say what the phone number is. They just say, "Oh, I'm calling this person."
Hey.
Oh, who's?
Howdy.
Oh, hi,
Hey,
Paul.
Surprise.
how you doing? I
Hey,
got your
Michael.
text. How are you?
Doing good. We just got back from the airport a little bit ago from picking up Panda.
How was his trip?
It was good. It was a quick trip to see his mom.
And where's he from?
New York's area.
Oh, so up by Craig.
Well, that's where he was for the past 4 days. But we live in Texas. Hi, everybody. How are y'all?
Doing.
All right.
Hello,
Earl
Dawn.
made it. Earl made it
We're all
home
doing
from
good.
Bliss. Yippee.
Hey.
Home's good.
Right? Nothing like your own bed, man.
Yeah.
Hey, Michael,
Yeah.
does
That's
an
the truth.
affiliate link work when you go shopping at a Joann's?
No.
Darn it!
No.
I'm going to Joann's in Madison tomorrow. And I'm also going to the one Asian food market, so I definitely will be filming the candy aisle or treat aisle.
Funny.
Because they got some good stuff.
The affiliate link, Mike, does, like, if you order online and pick it up in store, does that work?
It should, since you're using going through my link, and yeah, it should.
So see,
I don't
Jen,
see
you
why
could
it
do it that
wouldn't.
way.
Yeah, but I want to try. I don't know if I'm going to buy any yarn, but I want to try to see if I can scrounge up any more of that day. Any colors that would go with that spooky season.
There's quite a few that would go with it. You could get a lighter gray that they have. Black will even go with it. I'm
Yeah.
trying to remember. And regular orange, not
I
the
have spooky
varsity
season
orange. That's too
sitting
bright.
right this second.
I like bright orange.
I do too. I prefer the very bright varsity orange.
And green.
Here, you want to?
Yeah. Yeah, like Russ.
Russ, that will blind somebody.
Well,
Yeah.
see,
My goodness.
Love it.
that
Yeah, there's-
you may even let me step over, right over here, because I think I have a color that will go with that instead of you getting oranges. Well, it's an orange, but hey, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I bought it when I went to Joann's a while back, and I just bought two, and it's like I should have bought a couple more because it was all in a small thing. Is that all the ones for your mom's blanket?
It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown.
Yes. Oh, there's a
I like that
Facebook
because I have
and
all the
instead
colors of the oranges too, and that shirt I call it the sherbet orange. I think that sherbet orange is just a beautiful color. But
Well,
this is
I
the
was thinking
color
like radioactive gourd. What Russ was holding. I mean that is a gorgeous color.
What color is that?
This one's called rust.
Rust.
That's
Looks like
gorgeous.
burnt.
Okay, I'm gonna write that down.
Burnt.
That one I really would think would go with what you're looking for
Mm-hmm.
for a solid.
Yeah, because I think it's probably
But I want to show Russ something that
this.
he may kick me off the panel if I do.
Yeah, it's probably like that color. I think.
Yeah. So you were talking about all the Halloween yarns, right?
Yes.
Uh-oh. Here comes the totes. Look out, Russ.
Uh-oh. Oh, look at that.
I
Look
was
how
lucky to
beautiful.
score because I looked all over my Joann's in Madison, and it was like
Russ, I think you've
I
got some
got
competition.
And
yes.
where's
I
the
do
other?
I think
too,
Russ
There we
Jeremy.
go.
sent some out of boggy creek blankets
Okay, I'm getting kicked off the panel now.
because he said last night he's got 50 this time.
About what time?
Yes. So Boggy Creek yarn. I have enough yarn boxed up for 50 blankets, and that will be going out
Wow,
Damn.
sometime this week.
that's
Awesome.
awesome.
But Jen, when you go, take your skein of spooky season, because lots always vary. So
Yeah, I got 2 skeins. I don't know if they were the same lot because it was just all like
well,
maybe 10 of them in a little basket down at the bottom. They did not want you to find it.
it's with the variegated. I don't think really lots really matter too much because there's still
Yeah.
the same thing going on. But whenever you're getting solids, they say white. Whites can still vary.
Oh yeah,
Yep, they can.
I've got 2 or 3 from Rush
For sure.
from birthday or Christmas last year that I just stuck all those yarns that he gave me last year. They're in a tote, ready to make more Boggy Creek after I get them. Because I'm like,
And
yeah,
then
that's what I could do with those yarns. Because
and
they're
then I
just gonna sit
finally
there and it's like my family don't want blankets or anything.
see after I made that big one for Bag a Day, I'm blanketed out.
Was
You
that
know,
that one that was like $6 videos each?
no, that was the back in March. I made it for her auction, and that was a king size blanket.
Wow.
That'll do it.
But I've been making blankets. Go figure. And I finished both of them this morning. I finally finished weaving in the ends and the multicolored one I had showed yesterday.
Oh, the bunny one?
No, the bunny one has been done for a week, but it was
Oh, a different one?
that one.
Oh, yeah.
Come
Oh,
on.
that's pretty.
There we
Really pretty.
Yeah, it's
Mm-hmm.
done in the
And
Hirschner's neons, and I like to think, not think, but I like to make things easy. So it's got a built-in border.
Even better.
So yeah, and it's the reverse stitch, so it's not going to curl.
Yep, that's
But
awesome.
it's my second Boggy Creek because the first one I kind of know was going to be very, very complicated. But I had the idea and I wanted to do it. And it's the one with the bunnies in it. And then I was like, okay, that's going to be complicated for a lot of people. So let me make another one. I have all that neon yarns. Let me just use it. Hey.
Hello. Are you done now?
Yes, all eyes were on you.
See,
Alrighty.
that's what you get for teasing me on that Halloween yarn.
Like I
he's
told you,
teasing
you're in
all of
trouble.
us.
It's like
So,
all of a sudden it's like break out the Betty Page burlesque music and he brings out the yarn.
I may have to talk my son into
no.
going across the
Tassels and
highway
everything.
to Hobby Lobby if he'll let me.
Mm. Russ, Denise E wants to know if you have somebody to crochet all those Boggy Creeks.
Um,
She works
if,
fast.
send me an email and I'll put you on the list
Yeah,
because
because I know mine's coming. I'm getting 2 coming.
so after these 50, after I send out these 50, that'll be 75 already sent out,
Oh wow.
and I've got 25 more to do, and that will be my initial 100, and then I'm gonna do a grand finale.
Oh wow. My
So
goodness. Did you hear that, Denise?
Wonder what the grand finale is going to be,
Yeah, because he
you
said
never know.
last night or something, him and Kevin
Good night,
were like, we gotta
Lulu's.
do a grand. Kevin's like, you gotta do a grand finale.
Love you, Lulu's.
Good night, Lulu. Miss Cindy Lou.
She's a sweetheart.
Yes, she is.
Hold up. Say that again, Russ. What do you mean, Don? Hold up. Say that again. Are you talking about the
She's
Boggy
emailing
Creek?
you now.
Are you talking about the Boggy Creek blanket? So all I did was I can't physically make a bunch of Boggy Creek blankets, but there's people that want to make them, but yarn's expensive. So
Right.
I decided that I would box up enough yarn to make 100 Boggy Creek blankets and ship them out to people. And when I get these 50 in the mail, that will be 75. And then I'm going to do another 25. And then after that, I will do a grand finale.
Mm-hmm.
That is
Yeah.
a lot.
That
and
is.
didn't even scratch. It did not even scratch my stash. Not even scratch it.
And Kevin's probably sitting over there rubbing his temples like, how?
He says because we keep buying yarn.
Well, that's why whenever Russ is like, "Oh, I saw this really good sale," and you know what, I have learned, just don't even bother saying anything because he will not listen to me, and he'll say that Tippy is responsible, and he'll make every sort of excuse known to man.
Well, he told me the Hershey's catalog was out. And he's like, well, I'm not going to order any because, I just bought all this yarn, and it was, and it's like, but I bet he's ordered.
Yeah, well, if he dried that one out, he could fertilize the lawn.
That's awesome, Robin. Robin, you're such a sweetheart.
Robin, thank you so much, darling. I really appreciate that.
That was awesome.
Russ will always find a way to buy more yarn.
Yes, he will. I mean, I'm kind of the same way too, sort of. I actually have somebody kind of keeps me in check in a way. And well, I can't say somebody. It's it's something. It's my room keeps me in check.
You just need more hobbies. That's like I do. I have more hobbies. That's all.
I want to put a building up out back, but Kevin won't let me because he says I would fill that and fill the house back up.
Yeah, you would. Because we said you need the pole barn, but then you said, yeah, you'd fill that up, and then you would end up filling your house back up.
Well, the house is full, and so I started filling up the 3-car garage because we have a 3-car garage. So I'm starting to fill that up now.
Wow.
You got to quit filling up the garage because you guys are going to need that this winter.
Right?
Look, Kevin has a truck. I'm too pretty to do all that snow stuff, so he can park his truck on the outside and I'll park mine on the inside.
No. If Kevin's doing all the snow blowing, he gets the garage.
Well, that's fine, but he's going out to he's going to go out and dust my car off with the snow. I'm too pretty to do all that.
I would have to do that as a kid. When I was like in 2nd grade, I would have to start my mom's car.
See?
And that was when you had to pump
I have to park in the street.
You had to pump the gas just to get it to go.
I want to convert our garage into my yarn YouTube studio. But Panda said we do that. That just means you're going to have more space for yarn. No.
Exactly.
He's on to you.
Yep.
Well, he shops my stash too, so come on. I'm like, it's our store.
Well, see, that's the thing. It's like my mom's like, I want to make this project. Do you have some yarn you just happen to have? And I'm like, let me go to the store real quick. I go into the garage, I pick something out. And then I'm like, well, first I say, what weight? And doesn't matter what kind of fiber. And if she doesn't give me specs, then I'm like, okay, give me 5 seconds. I'll be right back.
That's funny.
Well, I help him. Like, I got him addicted to using Big Twist because when I found Big Twist and I've been using it ever since, I like how soft it is. And So he was using Red Heart, and then he's like, "Oh, do you have this kind of color and this kind of?" I was like, "Here." And then he started making. He's like, "Oh, ooh, we're putting all the Red Heart somewhere else. You could use that for your tutorials or something."
Yeah.
And I haven't touched it. It sits in the top of the closet.
Crochet. I use my scrap balls of Red Heart for tutorials, and then once the swatch is made for the tutorial, it's like it goes somewhere else.
I've got Red Heart and Mainstays 4 colors out of all both of those to make a blanket. And it might end up becoming the corner to corner of our cabin.
I keep like every little bit that we have left. It sits in here in a shelf in the closet here that I made, and that's my tutorial yarns. Well, some of it is because some of it just doesn't come across well on camera.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, like
So
as much as I love Pound of Love,
Matt.
and I Matt, that's sweet of you.
it
Thank you,
is.
Matt.
Um,
Thank you.
as much as I love Red Heart, sorry, Lion Brand Pound of Love, the cranberry, it is so bright with the red that it actually like it affects the camera. There's like this like weird like red like almost like burning with the camera where it doesn't look good. So I can't use that colorway. You know, there's certain colorways. It's just it's like it's too much heat. If that makes sense, it's too much heat.
There's a color. What I'm going to start doing is I have a lot of the Eddie Bauer Cozy Camper. That stuff comes across really well on camera, so I'm just going to start using that for my tutorials. Even the gray comes across really well on camera, and that's hard to do with gray.
I love
do
the
too.
Eddie Bauer yarn. I love it.
I don't think I've ever used that before.
Didn't Kevin get you that last year for Christmas, Russ?
My birthday.
It was something last year. He surprised you. It was like, wow, and you didn't even have it. He did really good.
Yeah, the cozy camper.
He
I don't know
pays
about the other
attention.
ones because they got that woolpaca, and just because I don't, wool content for me, and then I haven't messed with the cotton one yet.
I've only had the original. I've not had any of the other offshoots.
Yeah, the cozy. What is the original cozy camper?
It just said I don't know if it even had a name, to be honest.
Isabel has a question for Russ.
How do you protect the yarn in the totes? So, I buy these great big huge heavy thick totes with lids. They're black and yellow and they fit really tight. They snap in there. They snap together.
And they stack nice.
And they do
We had
stack.
some for my son. For all of his junk, and they're actually in storage right now.
And they come in all different sizes.
Mm-hmm.
The ones that I get are the 27 gallons.
Yeah, I
Oh
think
wow!
that's the
We're
ones my
just
son
like,
has, and then he's got
we
some that
know.
are smaller.
We're just like,
And Russ says that mine look like shoe boxes. So, from one end of the extreme to the other.
right?
See, those ones
I
that
just
you're
bought
talking
4.
about that you use, Russ, those are food grade as well. I know. We know it's like the best cheesecake we ever had. He does a food truck, and that's what he uses to store his cheesecakes in.
Yeah, because here's what I got, and I know Russ would say it's.
Hold on. What is that?
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
just a regular tote from Dollar General. And let's see, there's my Red Heart yarn, and then these 2, and then the grays. Or maybe it's just 3 that I have. Then I have the spooky and two Barocco in this color, a vintage yarn, and Barocco cotton.
Uh-huh.
I got a lot of nice because then I have this that I got at Joann's with the big twist. And then I bought a couple yarn when Paraphrase was selling it in mystery bags. I don't know what happened to him? He disappeared
Who?
off of
Paraphrase
YouTube
Crochet.
and Facebook.
He emailed me a little, probably a month ago, and he was wanting to know if I knew of any gay knitter or crochet people. And I told him, I said, yeah, I know a bunch of them.
Hello.
I know,
And
right?
Hello, there's like how many of you on there? 1, 2, 3. Just
because
on
he
this
was
panel.
he was saying something about
And then there's Juan.
he had to change his name.
Okay, yeah.
Why?
I don't know why he
Anybody
had
know
to
what his new name is? Because I definitely
Oh,
like
I do,
following him.
but
I mean, he.
But
my
why did he
goodness.
have to change his name?
Who are we
Well, it was
talking about?
paraphrase.
Paraphrase Crochet.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I don't know why, because he up and disappeared. He was going to
I
shut down his Etsy because what he was
Um,
earning off Etsy and fees. But I thought I went to check to see where he was at, and it's like, because I hadn't seen any videos for a while, and I was like, what? And then he's not even there or Facebook anymore.
Robin, the big twist is machine wash and dryable. I've not ever had any issues with it.
Yeah, it
Yeah, me neither.
says.
Oh, Krista says he was bullied.
That's
yes,
awful.
but I
That
found
is
him
awful.
on Reddit. He commented on a post I made on Reddit, and I was like, "Wait, I know you."
Yeah, because it's Greg Gibbons, I think.
Yeah, and I'm trying to find.
And the reason I know
'Cause
that is because of ordering the 3 different. Because I ordered 1 mystery bag for $5 when he first did it, and then I ordered 2 the second time. Because he was going through clearing out his stash.
trying to remember where I saw it. I know I
What
commented,
one?
so I'm going through my comment history on Reddit. It's here somewhere.
Well, I know, Michael, I saw you comment in Wands. It's like, oh, I know who you are. When it's like,
Greg
and you
Gibson.
admit, because I think it was you, maybe one of your shirts or something. It's like, I know who that is.
And then there's another lady. She just like disappeared too.
Who is that?
She would tell us about all the coupons and all the sales, and she would go to Joanne's Thrifty Crafter or
Thrifty
Bar.
Crochet. She's still on.
No, it's not her. I can't remember her name. But she disappeared too.
Yeah, it's sad when they disappear.
But she
That
would
kid-
go to she'd go to
What's
Joanne's
his
and tell you
name?
about the sales and
The guy that was knitting the sweaters, was his name Fabio?
affordably crafty by Kim.
Yeah,
she's
affordably crafty.
vanished. She like
Okay.
vanished.
Well, he deleted his account there, so I'm trying to. I don't remember what.
Didn't Kim start a new channel though?
I don't know.
Kim,
I think she started a new channel.
Kim, if you're thinking of, there is a Kim that I know through Marty's Crochet. Kim and Atina and Michelle and Amber.
Fabio, yeah, he totally ghosted.
Amber at JB's. I mean, and then Songbird's over there. And Mama Winch sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's a bunch of us. Bunch of us are members.
Oh, thank
No,
you,
the guy that started doing the sweaters was Fabio.
Thank you,
And he
Rachel.
just he did a few. He got like just the top of the sweater and gone.
Oh, Lorraine says that Greg's Etsy is gone too.
You did quite a few.
Yeah, he took that down after he sold the last of his amigurumis that he had left from his market.
Did he get bullied that bad?
I don't really remember seeing it, but
we don't. Yeah,
he was openly, and I know he had a lot of issues at work because he is openly.
but it's still I'm open.
Right.
Craig is open. Russ is open.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, and unless I'm like not getting the spam in my emails or something.
Well, I remember the one time
I've only been called something bad once, and I just blocked that person. So it's like I'm 47 years old. There's nothing you can say that's going to offend me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're just
No,
lower than
I hear you.
But I remember
I grew up in the Bible Belt, so let's go for it.
Started, he had a guy that wanted to come up on panel
from Italy,
and then he started attacking
No, it's
Russ
not from
and
New York.
guy, crocheters on YouTube saying they were all, and I don't remember who all was mods at that time, but they had to delete that guy's comments and block him.
Well, I mean, one really great retort that I do enjoy using. Fortunately, I don't have to use it often, but it's like, yeah, it's like I'm gay, but don't worry, I'm not interested. I have taste.
Yeah, it's like don't worry. And I'm like I'm married, so what about
it's either that or my even better than that one though is I'm more of a man than you'll ever be and more of a woman than you'll ever get. So
what's funny is knowing you, I could actually just see that coming out your mouth.
I love it, Craig.
I love that one.
That's awesome.
It's like you're just jealous I've got better fashion sense, or it's like the reason. Well, the reason why gay guys typically have better fashion sense. We spent so many years in the closet. We better have better fashion sense,
right?
I mean, we came out of the closet. We walked into the living room. We put our feet on the coffee table, and we said hello.
Mm-hmm.
The only way you're gonna hurt me is if you attack my yarn. Then it's on. I would kill Kevin before I would my yarn.
But the haters are always going to hate, unfortunately.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of how you can disarm them.
It's not contagious.
And for me, it would be anybody saying anything bad about you guys. It would be on. It would be on.
Yeah.
We have retractable claws, okay? Like Gloria Swanson.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, like Panda calls Craig my work husband. Exactly.
Well, and then I sent him this image of a mug, with horses on it. Like what, it's like, everybody else's husband, you got this cartoon of a horse, and my work husband, it's like this flaming unicorn, dancing on a pole, with rainbow colors. It's like, yep.
Oh, yes.
It's like some people are snappy. I'm like,
right.
I don't need castanets, honey. Please.
Oh my goodness.
It's like what you don't have in masculinity, you make up with snark, salt, and sass. It's a great defense mechanism,
Well, it's just, why can't people just pay attention to their own lives?
Yeah.
Their own lives are boring. It's like they're like magpies. Magpies are attracted to shiny things. What's more shiny than us?
True.
Well,
looks like there she is.
We were born bedazzled.
Crazy internet.
It's like, we were born, with sequins and gold lame. It's unavoidable.
Well, it's really sad is all those political ads now.
No, let's not even.
Yeah,
that's opening all can of.
part of that, part of your guys' community. It's like,
Don't even
why?
open that can
Yeah,
of
don't
worms.
even open that can of
Yeah,
crap.
I mean, that's really sad
I
that they got to use
I
that.
deal with enough of that at work.
Well, see, I don't go nowhere, so I just whatever I see on YouTube or whatever is how I see
Oh,
it.
Michael, I
Yeah, that's how
envy
I see it
you.
because I don't really watch much TV, and it's like, yeah, I'm getting sick of them because it's like attacking, and it's just like, why? Why use this? I mean, that's just mean.
Well, my biggest argument, when somebody objects to me, it's like, okay, listen, why would I voluntarily choose? Like when they argue that it's a choice, I say, why would I voluntarily choose to be a social pariah?
Yeah.
Why would I
It's
do
like
that?
you
I
guys
mean,
were.
I'm not that much of a glutton for punishment,
Right?
I mean, I'm fine with who I am, but why would I deliberately choose to be, in a minority group that is vilified by so many? Why would I choose that? But, I refuse to hate myself. So it's like, okay, deal with it. I've dealt with it. You deal with it too.
There you go.
Well,
That's my little
yeah.
soapbox. That's it.
See, I was in during Don't Ask, Don't Tell, and
Oh
Mhm.
yeah, I remember when
that
Clinton did that.
well, that was better than what was in place beforehand.
Oh yeah,
But
don't ask, don't tell
it's
still
like,
isn't good
well,
either.
the whole
Yeah, but
choice
Monica
thing is like, why
told.
would I choose where I had to live my life in secret? That if it got out of the quote unquote closet, I could be kicked out and have a dishonorable discharge.
And
Mhm.
Why
that's
would I do
wrong.
that? And once
Right.
you get a
Yeah, but
dishonorable
Michael,
discharge, your job choices are McDonald's.
Yeah,
Michael,
and you can't.
don't, well, the thing
Yeah, you
about
have
don't
no
ask, don't
rights.
tell. The thing about don't ask, don't tell. Yeah, Monica told, didn't she?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
you can't
Yep.
be staying on their
She
dresses.
did
Prove it.
You
several
know,
times. She did.
you know.
I remember that. I like really.
And isn't there a Lifetime movie about that? No, I'm just kidding.
Probably.
There might be a
Hallmark
movie out
Channel.
there.
Mm-mm.
Robin, I was looking because he replied to a comment I made on Reddit, and he had his channel linked. Well, I was looking. He deleted his Reddit account, so I have no idea what his new channel is.
He might not. He might not even have a channel anymore. He just might have gave everything all up.
Which, if he did, I'm sad that he
Don't say
did.
that.
I hope he didn't.
David was bullied as well.
David,
Browning?
Hmm.
who's
He
that?
was,
Really?
yeah, he was bullied. That's why he was
That I did
so,
not know.
yeah, that's
Well,
why he was like snappy there for a little while because he was getting
the
bullied.
dad on Rock Hudson, the dad on Brady Bunch. There's at least one or two country singers.
Mm-hmm.
That hit it for the longest time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because the guy from, I think, Brady Bunch ended up sick. I don't remember if it was AIDS or what.
It was.
Okay, Greg posted a BB video on Juan's Facebook group.
Beanie, probably.
Oh, it's on. Okay, I'll have to look him up on the group.
Okay,
See if
yeah, it's supposed to
he's
be Beanie.
see if he's got a link to his channel.
Well, as long as he's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he was going through a rough time there before he disappeared from work and everything. Because he had a couple coworkers that there was one, she was a flake, always complained she's sick and have to go home.
Right, I
But when
remember
they'd get
hearing
out of
about that.
work, she'd be like, I'm happy, no. But then he was taking flack at work because of who he is.
Mm.
He would talk about it on his little like weekly
Yeah, I remember, listening into one of his vlogs, and he was, he was venting about work, and that's understandable. We all do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he was doing it in a way that was, I think, kind of classy because he wasn't, really putting anybody really down. He was just like, this is so frustrating.
And
But it
I
was
and I could
sad to
see it
see.
being, frustrating. I've never had it happen to me, but we've had kind of racism happen, but other than that, we've never had the whole sexuality thing happen that I am aware of. I'm oblivious to a lot of things anyway.
Yeah,
But
Barbara, we're talking about paraphrase crochet.
Yeah, I know growing up, if you were in my high school, you didn't come out. And my nephew's uncle, because I was talking about, my great niece, my nephew's uncle actually is something. I don't know if he's gay or what, because he's always bring his roommate home, who was always a guy. He was not, ready to come out. And it's like, and everybody knows he is. It's just like, yeah, it's sad because we're in Midwest, it's, but I kind of feel sad because what was it, Wyoming or Montana? Where that,
that's the thing too, is if somebody's not ready to
It's
yeah,
their
you can't
come
story.
out,
force them. Yeah.
yeah,
And it's like,
especially
someone
like
mentioned
when
about one of my nephews too,
in the time that
his brother. And it's like,
we
oh,
grew
well,
up
whatever.
in the time we grew up in, that was something you didn't do.
Yeah,
Right.
because
Well, you know what? I mean,
that was because of the
I moved
80s
a
when the
lot
AIDS came
around.
out.
When I
It
was in
really
high
made it.
school, middle school, high school, I moved around a lot, due to circumstances. And then in senior year, I'm like, enough of this. So I had moved into a new high school senior year, and I was out from the get-go. And at that time, it was 97, as in
Mm,
1997, people,
Hey,
a
for
year
you
after
younger
me.
peoples.
I graduated a
And
year
so
earlier.
I was
Yeah, you might
actually
graduate 96 like me, didn't you?
I was the token gay guy, so I was actually popular, because it was like this new thing, and it was on
Mm.
TV and it was more acceptable.
Yeah, because,
And so the thing is that my principal, he objected for religious reasons, and so he objected to the senior quote that I wanted in my yearbook, which was, you know, "I'm not gay, but my boyfriend is." He didn't like that.
I love that one, damn it.
He didn't like that and he said that it had sexual connotations. I'm like, no, it has sexual orientation connotations. And he disagreed. So I got even with him. I took my boyfriend to the prom and we wore matching tuxes and we slow danced in front of him the entire night.
That's
Good
funny.
job, Craig.
He did
That's
not like that, but he
no,
couldn't
I
do anything. It
mm-mm-mm.
was really quite nice,
In 97 before 2000.
And the irony is that year they were doing the musical How to Succeed in Business Without Really Trying. And there weren't that many guys who auditioned to be in the show. And I was one of the few. So all of the guys that auditioned, they actually got parts because there were many more female slots to be filled. And they were like secretaries, in the chorus and so forth. But if you were a guy, you got a part. Now, the director, he saw that when we were all hanging out, doing drama stuff and just hanging out, that I had a lot of girls around me. And so he thought that I was a ladies' man. So he cast me as Mr. Gatch, who was this womanizer, lady grabbing, lech. And so I asked him,
Poor
why
Craig.
did you cast me as a guy that grabs at secretaries? And he's like, well, I see you around all those girls. I'm like, those are fruit flies. And he's like, oh. So the thing is that then during the show, I accost this young secretary and I grab her and she elbows me in the stomach. And my line was, oh, I got to stop reading Playboy. And the thing is that everybody was laughing their butts off because of the inside joke, them knowing that that's not something I'd be reading. And it just the audience was dying, but for all the wrong reasons.
That's funny.
Hey, the hubby's here. Hi, Panda.
Hello.
Hey,
So
Panda.
yeah, that was my senior year in a nutshell. You know,
Hi, Panda.
So it's Michael. Are you guys? Or not Michael. Matt. Are you guys feeling better?
Oh yeah, I actually
Because
bounced back
Thursday you
pretty.
guys were, you guys weren't sounding so good.
I bounced back pretty fast.
That's
So,
good.
um,
So I'm still
but
coughing.
but poor Rebecca's still fighting it.
Aw.
She's still not. You know, I mean,
Hmm.
I hate to
I
say
had
out of
a
the woods because that sounds like it's really bad. But she's doing a lot better.
no matter what the ailment, no matter what the cold, one of my personal recommends is hot and sour soup.
Oh, we've had every soup that this week that you could possibly.
Specifically hot and sour. I feel it does wonders. I don't say it has any FDA clinical trials
Magical
or anything
healing.
like that, but that's my own little spider homespun philosophy. Hot and sour soup.
For the for
Anything
the
spicy.
for the rocking crocheter, it's definitely menudo.
Hmm.
A hot bowl of menudo that'll straighten you right
I
up.
thought you were talking about the band.
No, not yeah, no.
no. I had
That's funny.
Oh my gosh, Greg.
in June. I actually had a virus that's detected on the respiratory panel,
Mm-mm-mm.
so they had to put me on an antibiotic, up the prednisone, I think it was, and stop one of my 3 meds for so many days. Otherwise, I wouldn't have got over it.
Yeah.
Because it was the metapneumovirus, which is a nasty one, my respiratory therapist said, and it is.
Mm. Well, listen, guys, I'm sorry, but it is getting late, and
Good
Joan
night,
Crawford
Craig.
she's I believe she's sleeping the next room, so I really should depart. But listen, Russ, thank you so much for having me on. It was so great seeing
It
all
was
you guys,
great
Yeah, it was great
seeing you,
seeing you,
Craig.
Craig.
and
Love
have
you,
a
Craig.
fabulous evening. Bye, everybody. Love you
Take
guys.
care of
Love
Stay
you,
yourself.
Craig.
yarny.
Text you
Bye
Good
bye.
later.
night.
Bye, Spider.
And to Panda's comment, the Vicks, I know my grandmother used to swear by that. Always rub the chest, under the nose, and
Mm-hmm.
that was a
Yeah, growing up.
big thing. Always before you went to bed, rub your chest and back with Vicks and rub it under your nose.
See, it wasn't all that like for. I don't know about majority of Caucasian families, but I know in ours it wasn't. Vicks wasn't a big thing. But I know like all the Hispanics I know, like Panda's Hispanic, and every Hispanic family was always Vicks on the feet, socks on, Vicks on your face, and your everywhere. It's like Vicks
Mm-hmm.
cured everything. You got a migraine? Try some Vicks.
Mm-hmm.
You got an upset tummy? Try some Vicks. It's like Vicks doesn't cure everything.
Oh yes, it does.
I know
Oh
my
no,
mom
coming
used
from
it on
Italian
us and my dad because we would get it rubbed in our noses if we had a runny nose.
coming from Italian Portuguese background, it's the same thing. Vicks for everything.
You know what we use Vicks for? We put it in the nostrils of the stud horses before we took them into a show, so they couldn't smell any of the mares that might be in heat. That's
That's
the
I
only
think
thing
I
we
heard
That
that
use Vicks
before.
for.
totally makes sense.
And I heard cops use it when they go into crime scenes,
Yeah.
especially like murders.
well. There's some surgeries we used to do. If we had to open up the bowel, you had your
Oh,
jar of Vicks because you rubbed it. You didn't rub it. You
Mm-mm.
caked it.
Mm.
You caked it on there while you're under your surgical minute. So that's all you smelt.
I
Yeah.
wonder what you would have done for like a lung transplant.
Those aren't. I've done a lung transplant and heart transplants. Those aren't.
That's
Those don't
upper
smell.
body. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's upper
if you have
body.
to.
That's not lower.
Yeah, if you have to go into
Yeah.
the bow, you need something to cover that
It's
smell.
Ugh.
it's from here to here.
Yeah, upper bodies is a lot more pleasant.
And I can't bend over anything because it's not the same.
Yeah, once you cut into the intestines, oh, it's all downhill. You got to clear out ORs, like the two adjacent on each side, because it's going to smell the whole hallway.
For hours and hours and hours and hours and hours.
Maybe even days,
Days.
no matter how much you clean.
Yeah, gross. Ugh.
Yeah, I had a bad hunting experience with something like that. The first deer, they didn't
Yeah.
they didn't tell me to cut around, and I just cut
Yeah.
straight up.
Oh
And
no, man!
all up my arms, all over the
Ew. Yeah, that's
front.
not
Yes.
fun.
Oh
Guns
my
and
gosh!
bad processing. Ooh.
It's gagtastic, isn't it?
Oh
Yeah.
yes, indeed.
You have to put your hand underneath and take your knife and just barely run it between your fingers up.
No, this was like I thought I was like I'm doing big
Rambo?
stuff, and I thought I was like cleaning a fish, and
No.
it was all.
I'm being manly.
Exactly.
Me hunt deer. Me clean deer.
And it was. Oh, I will never forget that.
Oh my
goodness.
gosh.
I've
Well,
definitely
I think
cleaned
I'm
my
going to
fish
call it
better.
a night, guys.
Yeah. Russ.
Thank you for having me
And
Thanks,
thank you
Russ.
for having us, Russ.
for 2 days in a row.
Yeah.
You know, where else can you say you had somebody 2 days in a row and not get in trouble?
Right?
I can't.
Exactly.
I'm not gonna go there because that's a little.
Yeah,
No.
yeah.
Oh my
Mhm.
goodness.
Thank you guys for
Kevin.
coming up.
Yeah.
And
Take care
thank
of
you
our
for
Russ.
inviting me.
Yes, thank
appreciate
you.
Yeah.
Right.
Thanks. And good night, everybody on panel
Good
and
night,
everybody in
Jan.
chat.
Good night,
Good night,
y'all.
everyone.
Have a good night and be safe. Have a good weekend.
You too.
You too.
Night.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Good night.